This is Mission Control, Houston. The International Space Station crew now has supply ships from 3 different nations at their doors and are syncing up their sleep shifts as they get ready to open the hatches on a new load of supplies. A new Russian cargo vehicle, the 48th Progress cargo ship, arrived at the space station's Pirs docking compartment Wednesday night, just 6 hours after its launch from the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan. It was the first ever same-day rendezvous flight profile. It's being tested for a potential use on future Soyuz missions. The Russian crew members and the American and Japanese trio have been on different sleep shifts since yesterday in order to support the arrival of the Progress vehicle on Wednesday evening. Flight engineers Joe Akaba, Sonny Williams, and Aki Hoshide have been awake since 2:30 a.m. Houston time on Wednesday. Akaba and Williams had their morning exercise sessions, while Hoshide set up equipment for the VO2 Max experiment and then conducted exercise while having his oxygen uptake measured in order to try to find out how it differs for a person on orbit as opposed to a person on Earth. Hoshide also had his weekly tag-up with the management of the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency and conducted maintenance on the space station's waste hygiene compartment. Akaba filled out his morning with station maintenance and then worked with a vascular experiment, which is a Canadian experiment looking into the mechanisms responsible for changes in a person's blood pressure, particularly those changes that can occur in people on Earth as they age. Akaba spent time during his afternoon joining Hoshide on deploying portable breathing apparati around the space station. For Sonny Williams, her morning science work was with the BCAT, a physical sciences experiment into critical points of binary colloidal alloys. The results of that could lead to prolonged shelf life of everyday products, and long-term could lead to development of new materials for electronics and medicine. Williams had time in her afternoon for treadmill exercise, conducted today wearing a special set of markers that help biomechanical engineers see that the exercise is being done properly so that the crew members get the most out of the work that they do. Space Station Commander Gennady Podolka and flight engineers Sergei Revin and Yuri Malenchenko had a late wake-up call. It didn't come until 8 o'clock Houston time Wednesday morning. They're to begin making leak checks of the interface between the Progress vehicle and the Pirs docking compartment. Podolka and Malenchenko will work on opening the several sets of hatches between the two modules at about noon Central Time, while Revin will be in charge of the air sampling as those hatches are open. He'll also be seeing to other Russian systems maintenance on board the station. All 6 crew members due to be back on the same schedule for the Thursday afternoon planning conference, as well as the weekly tag-up with the NASA Astronaut Office. They all will be looking ahead to the schedule for Friday, which includes unloading of the Progress vehicle, plus Akaba and Williams, Akaba and Hoshide. They'll be training for robotic arm operations when they will be using the Canadarm2 as well as the Japanese robotic arm to remove an unpressurized cargo pallet from the H-2 transfer vehicle and move it onto the Kibo exposed facility. That activity on the schedule for the crew next week.